insatiable and appetite. Wanna try?
I had work experience last week. It didn't go as well as I had hoped it would. I was going to a modelling agency to be an administration assistant with my friend Finn. When we got there, nobody was there. We waited for a bit and then we phoned the school and were like, nobody's turned up, we don't really know what to do. They were like, okay, well, we'll phone them. And then got back to us and they were like, yeah, it turns out they're all out of the country this week, so you're gonna have to come back to school. When we got back to school, they tried to find somewhere else for us, and the only other places there were was a nursery and a shop where we had to dress up all fancy, and we chose the nursery. Nursery. It was okay at first, you know, it was mainly just like, okay, go and play with the kids, and then we went and played with the kids. Some of the kids were great, like there was this one kid who had like eczema, like really bad, and he was the most adorable little kid ever. He came up to me when I was tidying up once and went, can I help? And I was like, yeah, of course you can help. Here, go and put this block away. He took it and he like went and tried to find the drawer, and I'm like, that's the wrong one, it's the one next to that. And he's like, oh, okay, and he put it in and came back and he's like, what else? And I'm like, oh, he's so precious. There was also this little clique of like Japanese kids and they were all adorable, and I tried to speak Japanese to them. Me and Finn went up to them and we were like, konnichiwa, and they went, ohayo, and I was like, oh. One of the kids, he was running around on the first day, just, you know, in circles, as children do, and he decided to jump onto his back, just like straight onto his back, and he landed and just sort of went, oh, and then got up and walked away. Should I be asking him if he's alright? He seems fine. That same kid came up to me later. I'm gonna change his name so that I can tell you about this. Okay, so he comes up to me and he goes, hi, what's your name? And I'm like, it's Xana, what's your name? And he goes, Bobby. Bobby Gordon Holmes. And I'm like, very cool. He went away and he came back about 10 minutes later and he goes, what's my name? And I'm like, Bobby. And he goes, Bobby Gordon Holmes. And I'm like, yep. And he just like scooted away, like, weird kid. There were these two twins and I don't know how good they were at speaking English, but they said everything in the exact same tone of voice. It grated on me after a while. There was this little Play-Doh station and they would get a ball of Play-Doh and come up to me and go, make me a princess, and I'm like, I don't know how to do that. So I tried my very hardest to make them a princess, and then I did it and I was like, ta-da! And they were like, it's too small, and I'm like, you only gave me so much Play-Doh. There was this one kid and he honestly reminded me of an old man, because he had these glasses that had like a strap around the back to stop them falling off, and on the last day he wore entirely beige with braces and red trainers, and I was just like, fantastic. And when he ran, he had one foot in front of the other at all times, and he was always doing this, and he had cross eyes and was constantly like he was so funny. There was this one kid, he was such a typical primary school bully. He actually genuinely really scared me. The one with eczema was dressed up as a policeman. The bully goes, no, he's not a policeman, I'm a policeman. And I'm like, you're not dressed as a policeman, he's dressed as a policeman. I'm undercover. And I'm like, alright, well, where's your badge? And he goes, in my mind. And he goes, you're under arrest. And I'm like, no, I'm not, I have to take care of the children in the sandpit, I can't go to prison now. So he put me in the story shed where all the books were and wouldn't let me leave. And I was like, I need to go and take care of the children in the sandpit, you big bully. And he was like, well, you're in prison and I have a note here that means that you have to stay in prison. He'd just written H and J over and over and over again, and then my name. I was still genuinely fearing for my own freedom. And then on the last day, everyone was dressed up as pirates, and he came up to me with his hook and just like hit me with it. I was like, ow, that really hurt, scratched my arm. Because we were all dressed up as pirates on the last day, Finn had an eye patch, and he was like, I'm gonna see what it's like to be completely blind. So he closed his other eye. So naturally, I sort of like popped out of the way so that he couldn't find me. He was there like sort of looking for me like that. I'll listen out for you, I'm gonna find you. And I stayed still so that he couldn't hear me. And someone walked past him and he decided to jump at that person. And I was like, Finn! And he opened his eyes and it was one of the kids' parents. Anyway, so yeah, that was most of the interesting things that happened to me on work experience. I'm going to Berlin in a week, so I'll probably have a video like scheduled to upload halfway through that week so that you're not without me too long, not that you care. Oh, look what I bought at a charity shop earlier. Tell me what I should name it, and tell me what gender it should be. Should I make it transgender? I should. There's not enough transgender representation in children's toys. There really isn't. Oh, I ripped the label.